In 2018, Luming Duan, China's top scientist, has become a professor at a famous American university, gaining both fame and fortune. However, at this moment, he received a phone call from his motherland. A few words on the phone made him make up his mind and resolutely decided to give up everything in the United States, return to China, and start over. Faced with Luming Duan's resignation report, the United States tried every means to prevent him from leaving. But Luming Duan's firm decision will force them to give up. So, what call did Luming Duan receive, and why did he return to China without hesitation? Hi! Welcome to TechTeller. Before we start today's video, please subscribe to our channel, which is the encouragement that we can create more videos. Okay, let's move on to today's topic. Luming Duan, born in 1972, has been very intelligent since he was a child. His learning ability and hands-on ability are very strong, and he is good at thinking. In middle school, after learning subjects such as physics and chemistry, his talent was revealed, but this was a pain for his parents. You must be confused, why did a genius child make his parents unhappy? Well, because Luming Duan always has all kinds of strange ideas in his mind, and he is curious about everything. As long as the home is equipped with furniture and electrical appliances, it is hard to escape his hands. In order to study the physical and chemical reactions between things, he often does various small experiments by himself. In his eyes, there is knowledge everywhere in life, and behind the knowledge is the palace of science that he yearns for. In the teacher's eyes, Luming Duan is very active in learning and has unique insights into knowledge. But in the eyes of parents, the son does not seem to love learning. Because he seldom reads books and recites texts at home, but uses various tools to make some weird gadgets. Because of outstanding academic performance and strong hands-on ability, the school teacher decided to take Luming Duan to participate in the physics competition after discussing with Luming Duan's parents. Sure enough, Luming Duan lived up to expectations and won 2 national physics competition awards. Subsequently, he was sent to the University of Science and Technology of China to study the field of quantum mechanics, and went all the way to a PhD. Amidst the obscure and complicated principles and formulas, he was able to calm down and conduct experiments in a down-to-earth manner. During this period, he overcame many technical problems, and he also published several high-quality papers. After graduation, he returned to his alma mater to engage in teaching work, and became a professor of the Chinese Academy of Sciences at the age of only 29. In the classroom, he teaches students who are eager to learn. In the lab, he works with his mentor on quantum coding, and he forgets to eat and sleep. The deeper you go, the more you discover your own shortcomings. He knows that staying in China to study will never catch up with the pace of the world. It was this time that he decided to go abroad for further study. After proposing this idea, he got support from his teacher, Professor Guo. However, Professor Guo said something profound to him. He said, "I hope your trip can bring back something more valuable to the motherland." At that time, Professor Guo was worried. Because after many gifted children went abroad, they were attracted by the favorable treatment or fame and honor abroad, and ended up staying abroad. He didn't want Luming Duan to do the same. In 2001, Luming Duan came to the California Institute of Technology to do postdoctoral research. He once again traveled in the Palace of Quantum Experiments. In the Advanced Laboratory in the United States, Luming Duan seized the opportunity and plunged into the laboratory to do research. Excellent people shine wherever they go, and it took him 6 years to achieve what ordinary people might not be able to achieve in a lifetime. In 2004, Luming Duan won the Sloan Research Award, which has always been known as the weather vane of the Nobel Prize. 3 years later, he was only 35 years old when he received the honor of tenure from the University of Michigan. In the United States, his reputation is very loud and prestigious. Of course, he is also a well-known figure in China. He accepted the invitation of Tsinghua University to become a chair professor, and all his class is always full of seats. In order to live up to every student, Luming Duan went to both China and the United States. After traveling for several years, he deeply felt the motherland's thirst for talents. In 2018, Luming Duan received a call from his motherland, which was from Professor Yao Chizhi. Professor Yao Chizhi, who graduated from Harvard University, is the only Chinese scholar who has won the Turing Award. The Turing Award is known as the Nobel Prize in the computer industry. And he also chose to renounce his American citizenship in 2016 and became a Chinese citizen. The purpose of his call this time was to sincerely invite Luming Duan to return to China to teach. Professor Yao Chizhi said that domestic quantum physics is developing rapidly, but high-tech talents are very scarce. He hopes that Luming Duan would return to his motherland. In the end, Professor Yao Chizhi said to Luming Duan, "The motherland needs you." These words made Duan Luming feel a lump come into one's throat. He had never forgotten his mentor's promise to bring back something valuable for the motherland. At this moment, Luming Duan felt that it was time to return home. He resigned from his position as Femi Chair Professor at the University of Michigan. When resigning, the University of Michigan rejected his resignation request for various reasons, and offered more favorable treatment to keep him. At the same time, they sent his close friends in the United States to persuade him, but in the face of these pressure, Luming Duan was unmoved. He said, "I was cultivated by China, so I will use it for the motherland. When eating fruits, one should think of the fruit trees; when drinking water, one should think of the source of the river." After several twists and turns, Luming Duan finally returned to his motherland. At that time, China's domestic quantum research was not perfect, and he stayed up countless nights for this. From planning, guidance to teaching by himself, he organized a scientific research team for quantum research in China. Under his leadership, their research team broke the quantum entanglement record held by the California Institute of Technology, and improved it by a surprising 6 times. In May 2022, Luming Duan's research group realized the Rubber-Hubbard model for the first time, surpassing the simulation capabilities of existing classical supercomputers. At present, Professor Luming Duan is 50 years old, and he is still active in the front line of experiments and teaching in the field of quantum research. Under his guidance, more and more young Chinese blood joined his research group, and China's quantum research has become more and more in-depth. Now, a new generation of young people is taking over the baton from their predecessors and running on the road of technological development. What do you think of Luming Duan, who gave up all the fame and honor in the United States and returned to the motherland? Have you heard of him before? Okay, that's all for today. Please put your comments below and share your insightful ideas. Please keep following our channel and like our videos. I am Tech Teller, the person to tell you the opinions that worth spreading every day. Thank you so much for your continuous support. Your precious time with us is highly appreciated. See you.